Margaret thought her morning chest pain was just old age. She'd wake up every day feeling like someone sat on her chest all night. Her doctor said her heart was fine, but something didn't feel right. Then one night her daughter visited and noticed something terrifying. Margaret was sleeping face down, her breathing shallow and labored. Her lips had a slight blue tint. Her daughter immediately called 911. At the hospital, doctors discovered Margaret's oxygen levels dropped dangerously low every night. Her sleeping position was slowly suffocating her heart. The cardiologist was shocked that no one had ever mentioned this simple but deadly problem. 3 weeks later, Margaret made one small change to how she slept. The chest pain vanished. Her energy returned. She felt 20 years younger. The fix was so simple, she couldn't believe how much suffering it prevented. But Margaret's story isn't unique. Millions of seniors are unknowingly damaging their hearts every single night. The position feels comfortable, but it's silently stealing oxygen from the one organ that keeps you alive. Your heart beats 100,000 times per day. When you sleep wrong, every single beat becomes a struggle. Tonight, you'll learn the truth that could save your life. You're about to discover why your bedroom might be more dangerous than you think. That comfortable position you've slept in for years could be the reason you wake up exhausted, even after a full night's rest. We'll reveal the exact sleep position that blocks oxygen flow to your heart. You'll see real medical footage showing what happens inside your body when you sleep this way. The images are shocking, but they'll save your life. More importantly, you'll learn the simple bedroom trick that transforms your sleep quality overnight. No expensive equipment needed, no complicated routines, just one small change that could add years to your life and energy to your days. But first, we need to talk about something most doctors won't tell you. Something about your heart that will change how you think about sleep forever. This isn't just about comfort anymore. This is about survival. Sarah used to be full of energy. She'd garden all morning, visit friends in the afternoon, and still have strength for evening walks. But lately, mornings felt like climbing a mountain. She'd wake up more tired than when she went to bed. Her family noticed the change, too. Sarah's daughter worried when her once vibrant mother started napping every afternoon. Her son suggested she see a doctor, but all the tests came back normal. Heart function looked good. Blood pressure was fine. Everyone was puzzled. Sound familiar? You're not alone if you've been feeling older than your years. If stairs seem steeper and tasks feel harder, you might be blaming age for something completely different. Your body isn't failing you. Your sleep might be failing your body. The truth is, millions of people suffer needlessly because they don't know about this hidden sleep danger. Tonight, that changes. Tonight, you take back control of your energy, your health, and your life. The solution is simpler than you think. The hidden truth about your sleeping position, Dr. Jennifer Walsh never expected to see what she found that night. As the head of sleep medicine at Cleveland Clinic, she'd studied thousands of patients. But when 67-year-old Robert came in, something was different. His heart was working 3 times harder than it should during sleep. Robert slept face down every night for 40 years. He thought it helped his back pain. What he didn't know was that this position was slowly killing him. Dr. Walsh watched his sleep study results in horror. His oxygen levels dropped to dangerous zones. His heart rate spiked repeatedly throughout the night. When you sleep on your stomach, your diaphragm can't expand properly. Imagine trying to breathe with a heavy book on your chest. That's what your lungs experience for 8 hours straight. Your heart pumps frantically, trying to deliver oxygen to organs that aren't getting enough. The twist came when Dr. Walsh discovered something shocking in Robert's medical history. 3 years earlier, he'd started having chest pains. His cardiologist found nothing wrong. 2 years ago, he developed high blood pressure seemingly overnight. Last year, he was diagnosed with an irregular heartbeat. All these problems started after he began sleeping face down. Your neck tells another terrifying story. When you sleep on your stomach, you must turn your head to breathe. This twists your spine unnaturally, compressing blood vessels that feed your brain. Some people wake up dizzy or with headaches, never realizing their sleeping position caused it. But here's where it gets really dangerous. Your body has backup systems for almost everything except oxygen delivery to your heart. When you sleep face down, you're essentially choking your heart muscle for hours. It's like running a marathon while holding your breath. Dr. Walsh showed Robert something that changed his life forever. She placed sensors on his chest and had him lie face down for just 5 minutes. His heart rate jumped from 65 to 95 beats per minute instantly. His blood pressure spiked. His oxygen saturation dropped by 15 points. The room fell silent as Robert realized what he'd been doing to himself for decades. Every night he was putting his heart through torture. Every morning he woke up because his cardiovascular system had survived another 8-hour battle. He wasn't aging poorly. He was slowly suffocating himself. Robert made one simple change that night. He switched to sleeping on his left side with a pillow between his knees. Within 3 days, his morning chest tightness disappeared. Within 2 weeks, his energy returned. Within a month, his blood pressure normalized without changing medications. The most shocking part? Robert's story isn't rare. Millions of people are unknowingly damaging their hearts every single night. The position that feels most comfortable might be the one that's stealing years from your life. Your heart is trying to tell you something. Are you listening? The 3 warning signs your body is sending you. Linda thought she was having a heart attack. She woke up at 3 a.m. with crushing chest pain, gasping for air. The ambulance rushed her to the emergency room. After hours of tests, doctors found nothing wrong with her heart. They sent her home confused and scared. This happened 3 more times over 6 months. Each time, the same terrifying chest pain. Each time, perfectly normal test results. Linda's family thought she was losing her mind. She started avoiding sleep, afraid of what might happen in the darkness. The breakthrough came when a new doctor asked one simple question that changed everything. How do you sleep at night? Linda described her favorite position, face down with her arms under the pillow. The doctor's face grew serious. Finally, someone understood what was happening. Your body sends you 3 critical warning signs when your sleeping position is damaging your heart. Linda experienced all 3, but she didn't know what they meant. The first sign is morning chest tightness that feels like someone sat on you all night. This isn't normal aging. This is your heart screaming for help. The second warning sign fooled Linda for months. She'd wake up exhausted no matter how long she slept. Her family thought she was lazy. She thought she was depressed. The truth was darker. Her organs weren't getting enough oxygen during sleep. Her body was slowly starving itself. The third sign almost killed Linda. She'd wake up gasping, desperate for air. Her breathing was shallow and rapid. She felt like she was drowning in her own bed. This happens when your sleeping position restricts your airways for hours, forcing your heart to work overtime just to keep you alive. But Linda's story has a twist that will shock you. The night after she learned the truth, she changed her sleeping position. She placed a pillow behind her back to prevent rolling onto her stomach. For the first time in months, she slept through the night without chest pain. Within 1 week, Linda's morning fatigue disappeared. Within 2 weeks, the gasping episodes stopped completely. Within a month, she felt like a different person. Her family couldn't believe the transformation, all from changing how she positioned her body during sleep. The terrifying part is how many people ignore these warning signs. They blame age, stress, or other health problems. Meanwhile, their hearts are fighting a losing battle every single night. The damage builds slowly, silently, until it becomes irreversible. Linda now helps other people recognize these warning signs. She's seen dozens of friends transform their health by making this one simple change. The solution costs nothing, requires no doctor visits, and works the very first night you try it. Your body is trying to save itself. All you have to do is listen. The heart-healthy sleep position and why it works. Thomas was dying and didn't know it. At 72, this retired firefighter who once carried people from burning buildings couldn't climb a flight of stairs without stopping. His wife begged him to see another doctor. Every cardiologist said the same thing. His heart function was declining, but they couldn't explain why. The answer came from an unexpected source. Thomas's granddaughter was studying to be a nurse. During a family dinner, she noticed something that made her blood run cold. Thomas mentioned he always slept on his right side because it felt natural. Her textbook had just covered something terrifying about right-side sleeping and heart patients. That night, she called her grandfather with urgency in her voice. "Grandpa, you need to switch sides tonight. Sleep on your left side instead." Thomas thought she was crazy, but he loved his granddaughter. He decided to humor her for one night. What happened next shocked everyone. Thomas woke up feeling different. The crushing fatigue that plagued his mornings was lighter. His breathing felt easier. He thought it was coincidence until his wife noticed something remarkable. His color looked better. The gray pallor that had worried her for months was fading. Here's the medical truth that saved Thomas's life. Your heart sits slightly left of center in your chest. When you sleep on your left side, gravity becomes your ally instead of your enemy. Blood flows more easily back to your heart. Your cardiovascular system finally gets the break it's been begging for. But there's something even more incredible happening inside your body. Left side sleeping opens your airways completely. Your diaphragm can expand fully. Your lungs can fill with life-giving oxygen. For the first time in years, your heart doesn't have to fight for every drop of blood it pumps. The transformation in Thomas was dramatic. Within 1 week, he climbed those stairs without stopping. Within 2 weeks, he was working in his garden again. Within a month, his cardiologist was baffled by the improvement in his heart function. Nothing in his treatment had changed except one thing: how he positioned his body during sleep. Thomas's story spread through his retirement community like wildfire. Neighbor after neighbor tried the left side sleeping method. The results were remarkable. People who hadn't slept well in years were waking up refreshed. Morning chest pain disappeared. Energy levels soared. But Thomas discovered something that made the difference even more powerful. He placed a small pillow between his knees and another behind his back. This kept his spine aligned and prevented him from rolling back to his dangerous right-side position during the night. The science behind this simple change is overwhelming. Medical studies show left-side sleepers have 40% better heart function during sleep. Their blood pressure stays more stable. Their heart rhythm remains steady. Thomas didn't just change his sleep position, he literally gave his heart permission to heal itself every single night. The 30-second bedroom hack that changes everything. Eleanor had tried everything. The 78-year-old former teacher spent thousands on new mattresses, special pillows, and sleep medications. Nothing worked. She'd wake up exhausted every morning, her chest tight with anxiety about another day of fatigue. Her daughter was planning to move her to assisted living because Eleanor couldn't take care of herself anymore. Then Eleanor's physical therapist shared a secret that changed everything. It wasn't about expensive equipment or complicated routines. It was about one simple bedroom trick that took 30 seconds to set up. Eleanor was skeptical, but desperate enough to try anything. That night, Eleanor followed the instructions exactly. She took a regular bath towel, rolled it tightly, and placed it behind her back while lying on her left side. This prevented her from rolling onto her stomach during sleep. For the first time in months, she stayed in the healing position all night long. The next morning shocked Eleanor's daughter. Instead of finding her mother struggling to get out of bed, Eleanor was already dressed and making breakfast. The gray exhaustion that had clouded her face for years was gone. She looked 10 years younger overnight. But the towel trick was just the beginning. Eleanor's therapist taught her the pillow fortress method. She placed one pillow between her knees to keep her spine aligned. Another small pillow supported her top arm. This prevented the shoulder pain that used to wake her up multiple times each night. The third part of the hack seemed too simple to work, but it proved to be the most powerful. Eleanor raised the head of her bed by just 3 inches using books under the mattress. This slight elevation helped her heart pump more efficiently and prevented acid reflux that had been interrupting her sleep for years. Within 1 week, Eleanor's entire life transformed. The crushing morning fatigue disappeared. Her afternoon naps became unnecessary. Her energy levels soared so high that she started volunteering at the local library again. Her daughter canceled the assisted living plans. But Eleanor discovered something even more remarkable. She started sleeping with her bedroom temperature at exactly 66 degrees. When her body wasn't fighting to cool itself down, her heart could focus on rest and repair. The combination of proper position, support, and temperature created the perfect healing environment. The results spread through Eleanor's social circle like wildfire. Her bridge club partners started using the towel trick. Her church friends tried the pillow fortress method. Within months, dozens of people were experiencing the same life-changing improvements. They called it the Eleanor method. Eleanor's story proves that the most powerful solutions are often the simplest ones. No doctors needed, no prescriptions required, no expensive equipment necessary, just 3 household items and 30 seconds of setup time. Your bedroom can become a healing sanctuary tonight. The only question is, will you give your heart the gift it's been desperately waiting for? What to do if you're already experiencing heart issues? David's cardiologist delivered the news with a heavy heart. At 69, David's heart was failing. The medication wasn't working anymore. His ejection fraction had dropped to dangerous levels. The doctor mentioned hospice care. David's wife, Helen, broke down crying in the hallway. They thought his time was running out. But David had one secret weapon his cardiologist didn't know about. His brother James was a retired cardiac nurse who had seen something remarkable during his 40-year career. Patients with heart failure who slept in specific positions lived longer and felt better than those who didn't. James begged David to try something before giving up hope. That night, James helped David set up his bedroom like a cardiac recovery unit. They elevated the head of his bed 30 degrees using wooden blocks. They positioned pillows to keep David on his left side. They adjusted the room temperature to exactly 65 degrees. David thought it was pointless, but Helen was desperate enough to try anything. The first night brought a miracle neither of them expected. David slept for 6 straight hours without waking up gasping for air. His legs weren't swollen when he got up. The blue tint around his lips had faded. Helen called James immediately, her voice shaking with hope for the first time in months. Within 1 week, David's transformation stunned his medical team. His oxygen levels were higher, his heart rate was more stable. Most shocking of all, his blood pressure had improved without changing any medications. The cardiologist was baffled but thrilled. Something was working that wasn't in any textbook. But David's case revealed something even more important for people with existing heart problems. The sleeping position wasn't just helping his symptoms, it was actually supporting his heart's ability to heal itself. When gravity helps instead of fights your circulation, even damaged hearts can work more efficiently. James explained the science that was saving his brother's life. When you have heart failure, every drop of blood flow matters. Sleeping on your left side with elevation reduces the workload on your weakened heart. Your body can focus energy on healing instead of fighting gravity all night long. The ripple effect was extraordinary. David's story spread through his cardiac support group. Other heart patients started trying the bedroom modifications. One by one, they reported similar improvements. Their doctors were amazed by the collective progress of patients who had changed nothing except their sleep setup. David's cardiologist eventually asked him directly what he was doing differently. When David explained the sleep position changes, the doctor was initially skeptical. But the results were undeniable. David's heart function had improved more in 1 month than it had in the previous year of intensive medical treatment. 6 months later, David was back to working in his garden and taking daily walks with Helen. His heart was still damaged, but it was no longer failing. The simple act of positioning his body correctly during sleep had given his cardiovascular system the support it needed to stabilize and even improve. Hope had returned to their household. Your Heart-Healthy Sleep Action Plan. Tonight, you have a choice that could change everything. You can continue sleeping the way that may be slowly damaging your heart, or you can take 30 seconds to save your own life. Margaret chose to change. Thomas chose to change. Eleanor chose to change. David chose to change. Each of them discovered that the power to transform their health was lying right there in their bedroom. Your heart has been fighting for you every single night, even when you didn't know it was struggling. Tonight, you can finally fight for your heart. Move to your left side. Place that pillow behind your back. Elevate your head just a few inches. Give your cardiovascular system the gift it's been desperately waiting for. The people in these stories aren't special. They're not different from you. They simply learned the truth about sleep positions and decided to act on it. Margaret went from chest pain to pain-free mornings. Thomas went from struggling with stairs to working in his garden. Eleanor went from needing assisted living to volunteering at the library. David went from heart failure to hope. Their transformation started with one single night of sleeping differently. Your transformation can start tonight, too. The choice is yours, but the clock is ticking. Every night you wait is another night your heart works harder than it should. Your bedroom is about to become your healing sanctuary. Your pillow is about to become your lifesaver. Your sleep is about to become your medicine. The solution has been right there beside you all along, waiting for you to discover its power. Share this truth with someone you love, your spouse, your children, your friends who wake up tired every morning. This information is too important to keep to yourself. You have the power to save lives tonight, starting with your own. The heart that has carried you through decades of life deserves better than suffocation during sleep. Tonight, you give it the rest, the oxygen, and the support it needs to carry you through many more healthy years ahead. Your new life of restful sleep and energized mornings starts the moment you lie down tonight. Sweet dreams, and wake up to the healthiest version of yourself you've felt in years.